Alrighty then, everybody. Welcome back to the Prelog scene, the second one for the drawing for the Story of Awesomeness. And yeah, as you can see, it's already getting there. Most of the stuff is already drawn in. Today we're gonna be working on getting getting the stone texture here, and then making a copy of this to the other side, and then tomorrow we will be doing the line art on that side, and then we are almost good to go. We then only need to do some coloring, and then we only need to do some coloring on the mirrors, and then it's all fine with me. All right, let's get started, shall we? So, easiest way to do this, it's gonna be a very nice little thing to do. It's a very easy thing to do. I have been already doing quite a lot. The main issue that I had with this was, well, this bit right here. I made some mistakes here and there. I will show you right now. And that was actually, this is gonna be the structure it's gonna be taking on. The only downside is that, yeah, I made it a little bit too thick. And because I made it a little bit too thick, it actually was not working out well. That was a very problematic thing, and I want to make sure that I avoid such things to happen in the next time. So yeah, I have to do it all over again, otherwise we would have been already on the other side. Oh well, it happens. It just happens. Luckily, we can just avoid a lot of stuff, so no need to be worrying here. As you can see, we have this part right here. We can now lower the size to 3.6. And what we're going to be doing here is going to be very nicely done. It's going to be drawing very small lines and then, filling them up with little stones. And I did not do the right coloring of it. Oh, I did. All right, good. Oh, this is the other. Stupid me. All right. And the more we do this, the better it gets, so. And once we add all of this, we can, move on to the next bit, which is actually copying this on the other side, and then we can actually move towards the glass effect that we need to imply afterwards. There you go. This requires actually a lot of zoomed in work, mainly because, well, it's a little bit hard to do without being zoomed in, because, well, it's goddamn tiny little bricks that we need to draw inside of the drawing itself. But in the end, the texture will actually provide us a very nice little structure, which we can be using later on for multiple reasons or multiple things that we can go with. That's the idea of it. That's what we're going to be aiming for, and because it also represents the other drawing, that's also a very important thing. So once we load up the other image, it actually will represent still the same environment, which is important. I most likely have the most well, the stone texture is actually quite important for the representation of the same environment. This will cause a lot of well, stone to be the same, but also it provides believability, which is very important in a visual novel, because otherwise you have your visibility, or well, believability, and yeah, it isn't believable. Then what is the audience gonna be probably doing? Well, they're gonna be probably focusing on something else, which would be very sad to see, because then they will be just skipping around and being like, yeah, it's just a picture, move on. And of course, the picture is gonna be complemented by the text. That is true, but it's important that the text and the pictures are all all eye catchers. Well, not eye-catching, more like, they need to be good representations on what the story is all about. And that's the same thing that I did with Lola's Expression. It has the same art style as the Wizard, therefore it has the an easy way to make things familiar. Like, you have the art style, you have the representation of the characters, you can see when a character is popped in. I can put then everything in the same coordination. I don't have to deal with any troublesome or, well, different kind of ways of how to do it. So that's all good. And that's the main idea. Of course, not everything can be the same, which is true, but I like to be trying to do it anyway. Luckily, we can actually, implement a lot of the drawing here and there. And I'm doing a very risky move here. That is actually implementing everything right now in one line art. Because I already have technically already done this before the stream, today actually. And, I wanted to finish it off. But we need to make sure that we don't make mistakes like the last time, which really sucked because I actually forgot I actually worked on a different layer, therefore causing a lot of issues. Which is sad. One of the things I can pull off here is, like, for instance, the lines here I can show you. These are the lines that have been drawn. These lines actually represent the lines that you can follow as a guideline to, well, get the bricks into the right lines. Luckily, I don't have to use them anymore. It was a very annoying thing to do because I was like, all right, how do I do this? How do I do this again? And then the first try, it went pretty well. But then I realized I was actually working on the color layer, which actually is not very handy-dandy, to say the least. So yeah, we're gonna be making sure that we have, like, all the time we have different brick layering, so that every single time when you look at it, or every line is different. This will create space, and this will create a very nice solid structure of stone. Of course, there are also other things that I need to be making sure of. For instance, the drawing that came before this, which is the throne room, which I already have been finished and already implemented. It has a very reddish appearance. So the lighting in this one, I don't have to worry about it right now, but the lighting in this one is far more brighter, so far more yellowish, because it's sunrise. Let me double check here. A sunrise, huh? All right. God damn it! No, I don't need. I don't need today. All right. I need just give Google. Just give me sunrise and then nothing else. Sunrise. All right. Give me a sunrise, and then just give me an image. An image. All right. An image. Yes. Images. Just give me images of sunrises. Jeez. You absolute annoying piece of shit. You have actually removed the tabs. Allow me to show you, by the way. It actually removed the image. So if I type in sunrise right now, I really hate this. So if I have all, it has now these little tabs right here. So I can no longer go for Google Maps. There is no maps here. It's now time, sunrise, festival, all that shit. So if I type now something wrong in this goddamn tab of Google, it will cause a lot of issues. I do not like this change, by the way. It sucks. It's very bad. It is very not handy-dandy to look at. I have been working with search engines all my, almost 5, 10, 12 years? Yeah, probably. This is not good. If I look for Bing right now, if I go for Bing, I don't know. No, not Bing Bakers. Goddammit, Bing. It's Bing.com. I believe it's Bing.com, right? It's a search engine. Yeah, there you go. And I type in sunrise. Does it show me images of sunrise? There you go. Much better. Look at this. That is clear. This is not clear anymore. They removed it. Hate it. Don't like it. All filters, yes. I like to be able, when I type in monkey or horse, let's put it in, horse, there you go. I can see images of horses. I know I have horses, yes. Alright, images. Why if I type horse, I can find breeds or videos or news articles. That is not good. I prefer just images. And goddamn, when I type in horse, I find an email address about how to buy a bloody damn horse on Wikipedia or whatever. Do not want to have all of this garbage. You're not supposed to be YouTube, where I can type in a goddamn, if I type in YouTube, I can type in horse, right? YouTube. This is a no bueno. Horse. If I type in horse, I find a horse. There you go. I can see horses. Holy hell, this is TikTok. Shorts, go away. Nobody loves you. Yes, we have horses, everything there. Shorts, again. Why is this showing up? I have no idea, but screw this. Yeah, if I want to look for a horse on YouTube, this is how it feels like. Right now, YouTube is feeling the same way with this part. I do not want to know about the lifespan of a horse. I want to just know if I want to type in a lifespan of a horse. Lifespan of a horse. I just type it in and I see it right there. There is no necessary tabs for this. I do not need a record for a horse. I do not need a bloody male horse or female horse or or Arabian horse. If I want to look now for an image, I cannot find an image. I need to press the image button, but the image button is no longer in the front line. So there is no tab for the front line. If I type in goddamn horse right here, if I type in a horse right here, horse lifespan. If I type it in here, I don't give a shit. I reject it all. All right. If I type it in right now, a horse lifespan, I can find the goddamn image right there. Images, chat, video, maps. That's how it's supposed to go. Right now, YouTube ain't gonna having it. Oh well, Google is having. You're fired right now. You're absolutely garbage. Find some, fix this right now. It sucks. It irritates me right now a lot. If I type in anime, oh boy. If I type in an anime girl right now, can I get an image? Yes. If this changes, no, I'm a little bit busy at the moment. Sorry. Images. If I find an image, it is actually not. If I find images, I can find it. But if I find drawings, that would not work. If I type in drawings, it shows me drawings, but it shows me also images. Why is this not there? Why is this right not there? Why is the image button gone from the image? All right. If I look, this is absolutely horseshit right now. All filters, videos, and all that stuff. No, get this back to where it's supposed to be. Get this back to there. All right. This, go there back. I want to have only images. All right. There you go. I want this casual stuff to be there. If I want to look for an anime girl, I want to look at an anime girl. I do not want to know about bloody damn anime girl on the downside, and I want to just know like, oh, all right. If I want to go here, I want to go back to it. I want to go back to looking for it, images, YouTube, all that stuff. Yes, this is all fine. But if I want to have images, I don't want to press the goddamn word image to find it, or need to go back to the filter. Put the filter back into the main slab. It saves a lot of time. It works better for people. Oh, yeah. All right, let's continue where I wanted to be. Jeez, this sucks. This sucks so much. Blech. 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 All right. Going back to drawing rocks. Enough of that stupid talk. So yeah, some idiot at Google removed the goddamn buttons for the put the filters somewhere else, which totally sucks if you have put almost 30 years of Google 20 years probably. Almost 20 years of Google just placing the filter where it's supposed to be. And then you suddenly remove it. A lot of people ain't gonna be happy about this. I'm sure about that one. It's like, hey, where are the Google Map images going away? Where are they now? I have no idea. They are lost in thought. Imagine trying to search for it now for Google Maps on your telephone if you are not using the app for it. Oof. Imagine some person like, yeah, I want to look for some geysers in South Carolina, and then suddenly he cannot longer use Google Maps to look for it, or because the Google Maps is gone because it's in the filter site, and the telephone no longer has the function to find it, only tags. Yeah, it sucks. It's not a very healthy way of doing it. I would recommend, not doing that kind of idea. The main reason why I would not do it is actually because of when you try to search something, like you want to do a fast search on something, like I don't know how much a euro is, something like that. You have news articles, you have websites to tell you about it, and you have PNGs. All right, so news articles, PDFs, and all that stuff. Yeah, that is all good. But then when you look for it, and then suddenly instead of that, you only see images instead of, your casual. Well, I was looking for how much a euro is now worth in dollars, and I cannot find it because I only can see images. And those images are only, jokes about it or anything else that is not representing what you need to look for. That might cause a little bit of a trouble on most sites, because that way it's going to be very hard to look for it. All right, then go for Google Scholar. That would work? Nah, not really, because it's actually scientifically researched. And that would also not work because you need to be having an up-to-date version of the current situation. If you want to know how much a dollar is worth in euros or the other way around, vice versa, it's very important that you need to have an accurate description for it. So that when you are going to your local bank and be like, hey, give me $1 for this euro, or the other way around, you know that you don't get, screwed over. Of course, normally you won't, but you get the point. It's very confusing when I'm looking for an elephant and I want to know where they live, and then I don't find out where they live because somehow YouTube is literally saying like, yeah, you need to put a tag on it. It's like, no. Just put the goddamn things back to where they were. Images of elephants, articles about elephants. Well, articles first, images second, then map, and then do whatever you want with it. I don't care about that last one. I don't even remember what it was actually. Ooh, that was actually not a very, yeah. Wait, what is actually what's actually afterwards? Probably nothing, right? No. The other one was for, I believe, emails, right? Then you can go to your drive or something stupid like that. Yeah, but yeah, putting the filter somewhere else is a really detrimental thing, because if you want to look up for something, like, images or anything else, or you want to type something in, like, funny, like, I want to look for a fish, and then no images of fishes are spotted, it can cause a little bit of a trouble, especially in the algorithm. If everybody is looking for fish food instead of fish, and then suddenly you only have images of fish food, but you're looking for fish instead, that's gonna be a problem. Well, why didn't you then type in fish? Well, I did, and then I only find fish food because the algorithm is only favoriting, fish food instead, or, aquariums or something like that stupid. And it can get really, 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 really problematic because, you find articles about fish food with fish. You find that stuff, and then you don't find images because the images are in the filter, and then people are like, what the hell happened? Where are all the images? And then they realize that the filter is actually somewhere else. It can cause major issues. The same thing as, how unfriendly, user-friendly the how do you say it? How user-friendly the Internet Explorer is? Yeah, there you go. The moment I start up Internet Explorer, I get bombarded with all these messages. I get bombarded with all of these stupid little things that I don't care about. And that's why I switched to, well, you know, something else like Mozzarella. I like Firefox because it's that easy to use and it's very quickly, very responsive. And before that, I actually was Chrome, if you can believe it. But knowing what happened now with Chrome, oh boy, I'm glad I switched. But yeah, it really sucks when you try to figure out something and then suddenly you come to the realization that, well, it ain't gonna be working now, didn't it? So yeah, it sucks. Oh well, it can happen. It can happen that certain things can get ruined by innovations or trying to innovate something that you're not supposed to be innovating because you already had a good, perfect kind of thing. Why would you fix it? But that's why when you try to do multimedia and you want to have a nice little drawing or you want to have a nice little layout, it needs to be very clear. Allow me to save this and then I will show you what I mean. All right. Here comes the philosophy. All right. If you want to have something clear, if you want to make a new layout for something, and you want to make it, and then you want to make sure that that it's user friendly. What do you mean? What with user friendly? Well, if you look at something, let me see where it is. Drawfest 4. There you go. If I want to have something nice, a user-friendly guide to something, all right, I want to know exactly what I'm looking for. If I have a search engine and I type in some stupid word and I do not get the result I want, it has failed, all right? Just as I said before, I was looking up something, didn't show up. I just got something, but I was looking for images, it didn't show up. So if I have this right now, and I have this search engine, all right? I have this search engine, and it looks like a search engine, feels like a search engine. Number one thing, let me see where I can grab. I will go for red here. So number one thing that is necessary to make sure that the search engine works is you need to show the image, all right, that you're looking for. If I want to look for garlic, I will look for garlic. Then, of course, I want to have the info page, which is right here. Then I also want to know what all these numbers mean. All right, sure thing. Then you have all the information about that. And if you have then a tab where everything is notable by like, image, image. I think it's igmage. There you go, image. I totally misspelled it. It's supposed to be image, if I'm correct. In game. Fuck it. You get the point. And then I will have, of course, maps, because that's how Google Maps work. So you have Google Maps, you have image, you have the normal, all of the stuff, so websites, so these are the sites, these are the images, these are the maps, and then you have articles, so you have PDFs. All right, so PDF articles are articles, and then of course you also have the Google Map itself, so Gmaps. So Gmaps, because you have this on the top of the lane, so you have this because of the top of the lane, it actually makes this so much more easy to look at. So if I type in garlic, hey, I typed it correctly. If I type in garlic, I will have instantly access to all. Then I have instant access to the websites. I can switch over to the images. I can switch over to the maps. I can switch over to the PDFs, and then to the Google files. If I cannot have that, if I cannot have access to this immediately, I need to move this over. I need to go to here and have this tiny little bar that tells me to have images and all that stuff over here. Well, hey, you can put garlic sauce in there. That's right now how Google feels like. Like, no, I do not want to have a suggestion upon something that I want to look at. If I want to reach sauce, I type it in immediately. I would have typed in garlic sauce immediately. All right, I would have already typed it in so that I would have actually access to this so-called, all images, all that stuff. I would have already access to it, and I don't need this goddamn reminder of, oh, you can type that also in. No, 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 no. I do not need this filter to be here. I need to have this filter to be up so that I can just find what I need, then move on to where I need to be, to A, B, or C. If I want to have C information, I don't need A or B. But to find C, I need to have the accuracy to look for it. Right now, that is not happening. All right, there you go. A nice little explanation upon why it is easy to keep everything simple. Because if you don't make things simple, people won't like it. You don't keep the attention. If you don't keep the attention upon the user, you eventually will lose customers. It's very easy, it's very understandable, and it's very important, even in art. If I want to create something in art, I need to keep it simple. I need to keep it making sure that everything that I do with this art needs to be representing what I need to be representing. The same with when I drew Lola. Sunday. Yeah, Sunday, so yesterday. I drew Lola, and I drew her the way how I represented her already in the thumbnail. And I tried to, create an expression on her. That actually worked. That went actually pretty well. But if I would not have done that, if I would have drawn a different kind of character, then, I would not have, it would have not been of use to me. And, of course, because it's no use to me, I would have lost progress, precious time on what I need to do, which is, of course, creating the characters and making sure that I have the expressions that are necessary for the visual novel. Having a good example to create more of them is very important, because I want to create more of the same, more of the same images, not saying that they are all the same. It's just that I need to make sure that I have the same height, the same length. So it's a square, so that when I try to create the visual novel, I don't get bogged down by weird images of ratios. So 600 by 1000, for instance, something like that, stupid. So I don't have to rework on those things. Of course, you can do some images that are different, but then those images need to be different, and they need to be spatially different. What I mean by that, one of the things that I'm going to be creating in the first scene is going to be like an ice cream menu card. And that is very important, that is actually a different kind of feeling towards it. You're representing an ice cream cart. You're not going to be representing the persons that are talking. The persons that are talking are, of course, in this roster where the images are represented by colors, the emotions are represented by colors. The characters themselves are expressing by having a talking motion, or standing different, or moving different with their hands and mouth, and all the face parts. They have different facial expressions. There you go. Ugh, Jesus, my English is off today. And yeah, it's very important to keep that in mind when you try to do something like this. It is very important when you are trying to keep with the consistency of the drawing, that you also make sure that the consistency in the drawing is also represented in the final work. Therefore, when you're trying to do something like that, what Google just did, and I was caught by surprise even, I didn't even know that that was actually a thing until right now, because I don't pay attention too many times when something new came up to date, and I don't even know if it just have been released. Probably did. And yeah, those things actually can really, really, really turn things around. Because if a person doesn't like what it is shown, it will probably leave. And because it leaves also the customer also leaves, and that will give, less people search results. Less search results mean less people that will look into your ads, less people that will look into your ads, less revenue. Less revenue means, you're going downhill. As a company like Google, you don't want that. And that is how basically everything works. Of course, not everything is the same. No, 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 no. Oh boy, I made a mistake here. I see that size. That's still too big. Whoa. I do not want to have that on my list right now. I do not want to make sure. I want to create this thing, yes, but I do not want to ruin my artwork right now because I just erased something that is horrible. Luckily, we have it back in time skip, so that's good. And that's always a great thing to see. In other news, by the way, we're gonna be switching topics now, if you don't mind. In other news, I actually finished I finished the first 2 sounds for a new soundtrack I'm trying to work on. So that's good. It's very jazzy. It's very nice. It has that time feeling towards it. So when you have a clock ticking around, and then of course, I want to make sure that that time ticking goes faster and faster until it goes slow down again. So that's the effect I want to try to make. So far, I got the fasting. I got the rhythm to where I need to be. The only downside is the instruments that I'm using are not very nice to work with, mainly because of the beat. The beat is very difficult. Because it's not always the same beat, I still am a little bit, a little bit novice with getting the beat to where I want it to be. So, when the beat goes faster, I need to make sure that the beat also goes faster with it. So instead of, the rhythm, is that then the rhythm or is that the beat? No, the rhythm. Because the rhythm goes faster, I also need to make sure that the beat goes faster. But it doesn't work all the time. That's the main problem. All right, nice. We're almost there. Sweet. We only have 1, 2, 3 to go. Sweet. So yeah, trying to work that. Probably it's gonna be fixed. Probably I'm gonna be able to get it all done by next week. I don't know. Music, I'm just gonna put that on the back burner when I ever feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing this again, and then figuring out like, yes, all right, let's go. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on the back burner. That one. It's not yet necessary. It will be necessary eventually, but it's more like a trial and error thing to figure out how to do it. Probably I'm gonna be working on it on the Sunday, combine it with some artwork probably as well. And that actually will give us a good idea of what we're aiming for in the first place anyway. So yeah. Whoa, all these rocks, man. Luckily, I only have to do some stuff. Today I'm not very busy. It's just that when I'm trying to draw, it does slow down a bit. All right. So now we're almost there. One of the things that we still need to do is this bit right here. After that, we're almost good to go. And then we can start up with the, how do you say that? The coloring of it? Nah, wait, I need to first do the copying, but that I will do off screen. Copying is not that hard. After the copying, of course, I need to be rearranging and redrawing stuff. So we're going to be first making this all black and white. Then we're going to do the other side black and white. Then, only then, we're going to be making sure that we're going to be coloring it all up. Yes. All right, that is how I need to do it. That's how I'm supposed to be doing it because, you need to make sure that you do this in baby steps. Otherwise, you're going to get lost in thought. And that is a real thing. I mean, holy shit. Also, some algorithms are very annoying to deal with. If I want to look for something and then it doesn't show me what I need, that sucks. I actually was looking for something at the local market. It was actually the summer market this year, and I saw something very interesting. All right, one of the things that I was looking at was actually the, how do you say that? Stuffed animals? Well, yeah, the stuffed animals. Yeah, like a teddy bear. Yeah, there you go. The stuffed animals like a teddy bear. They were sold on the market. All right, nothing big deal. But then I also saw the market that was actually used for the Christmas. That was actually used for the events that are actually hosted locally each year. It's called a carnival, I believe. Yeah, probably it is. Um, but those carnival prizes were actually yeah, it is a carnival. Yeah, there you go. The carnival prizes were actually sold there on the market. I was very curious upon what they would ask for it. Then I saw the prices and they were like €11, €10, 30 euros for the big ones, and I was like, is that not a little bit too pricey? You know, you already that's a very heavy sum, you know. When you have a stuffed animal and that is the expense, like $30 for a stuffed animal that you probably could buy at, you know, an online shop for at least the half amount, then $30 would be probably 15 max if I get it right. Of course, I don't know for sure, but yeah, that was what I feel. That was what it felt like. Mainly. Oh wait, hold up. I need to do this. Yes, I need to do that so that I don't confuse this line right here with this. Yes. All right. And then I need to also make sure that I have this on max. There you go. Now I can see stuff, and now I don't have to worry about the overlapping quality right there. And I don't have to use this one anymore because, well, you know, it's already there. So yeah. So yeah, the stuffed animals were actually very pricey. I was quite on the assumption that these things would actually sell for $7 max. And then I came to the realization, like, holy shit, those things are expensive. But yeah, that was one of the things. Also, I didn't saw a lot of books being sold this year. Neither did I saw any special things, honestly. Normally when there is such market, they would sell, you know, the old stuff that they find, like, you know, people buy off stuff like from an old house. They buy off the old stuff like a grandpa clock or something like that, and they were not shown, which was like, all right, sure thing, but what is then still on the market? So I took a look at what was on the market then, because I'm quite nice on that. And then I saw that there were actually only clothing being sold, actually. Clothing and bags. And that was like, alright, that is not a lot. Luckily, you know, I just came there for the food, because, you know, it's always great to have good food. And I always like the food that is on the food stands there. So I always go there, grab the food that I need, and then be done with it. That's how I normally do it. All right, good. Now you can see that this is actually all done. Ah, yes, of course. Hold up. Now we'll make sure that this is actually not confusing anymore, because that is also a thing. There you go. Fixing that bit. Fixing that bit. There you go. All right. Now, let's take a look at this bastard. Let's take a look at it. Are there any mistakes I made? Nope, there isn't. All right, that looks actually quite good. I like it. That looks very nice. That looks very good. All right. So this is what it's gonna be looking like. And, well, of course it's not fully how it looks like, but you get the point. And this was what we had before. So it has the same size of what it was. Yes, it is. All right, good. Um, so yeah, I think I'm very satisfied with this. Of course, we're going to be using a different color for this. We're going to be using shading so that we have more, darker appearance upon the wall part on the side parts. And we're going to be copying this to the other side, and we're going to be editing it out. Well, we're going to be editing. Well, not out. I mean, we're going to be editing it so that it looks a little bit different than the other one, than the other side, but still have the same positioning, same proportions, so that it actually feels like, you're looking at the balcony scene. Right now, it already feels like it. It already shows that it is actually dragging you towards the location in the midsection, which is a very good thing to have. And that's one of the things that I need to do, is that actually succeeds. Because by dragging it towards the balcony scene, the eye actually gets concentrated towards it or guided towards it, and therefore, you can see everything in the picture. Instead of, where do I need to look at this? Oh, wait, there it is. Making sure that making sure that the mind gets on ease with looking at the picture and seeing where it goes. Of course, we're gonna making variety in the on both sides, so that when the eye looks away from the main picture, it actually gets distracted by the other parts. Therefore, looking back at the main picture, because that's how it is. You get dragged into the picture, then you're gonna be looking back out of the picture. You see something indifferent, you go back in, and then be like, is there anything else that I missed? Quite basic schedule on that. All right. I think I will leave it here. Thanks all for watching. I hope you'll have enjoyed for this day. Sorry about the rant earlier. Well, Google did deserve it. And yeah, I hope you'll have enjoyed. Thanks all for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, I want to wish you a lovely day, and bye!